Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. Ever found yourself scrolling, watching creators you admire and just thinking, how do they actually turn this into a living? It kind of feels like magic sometimes, doesn't it? But today, we're really peeling back the curtain on exactly that. How do you truly make money, turn that passion into profit on platforms like YouTube and Facebook? We're diving deep into this fantastic guide. It's called Monetizing YouTube and Facebook, a creator's guide. And it promises to show us the exact strategies and maybe some tech you haven't thought about that make it possible to start earning sooner than you might think. So yeah, our mission today, cut through the noise, the wishful thinking, and give you that actionable roadmap to really transform your creative stuff into, well, actual income. So if you ever felt a bit overwhelmed about where to start or just curious about how it really works, then yeah, this deep dive is definitely for you.
It really is. And what's great about this guide, our source material, is how it frames these platforms, not just as places to post videos, but as genuine digital gold mines. That's the term they use. But, and this is key, only if you approach them strategically. It's not just about showing up, right? It's about being smart, consistent, and figuring out which path fits your content. We'll look at the earning methods, sure, but also the different routes you can take, and crucially, what you really need to just get started and, grow faster.
Okay, great foundation. So let's dive into YouTube first. That's often the big one people think of for creator income. And our guide, well, it makes it clear pretty quickly there's way more to it than just running ads. So what are the main ways creators actually earn money there?
Well, the guide lays out 5 main paths, actually. And they cover a whole spectrum, really, depending on where you are in your journey as a creator. First up, the classic goal for many, AdSense. That's through the YouTube Partner Program. This is where you earn from the ads shown on your videos. Simple enough, right? But here's the insight the guide gives us. Those requirements, everyone talks about 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Or that alternative, the 10 million shorts views in 90 days. They aren't just random numbers. They're basically YouTube saying, okay, show us you have consistent quality and engagement before we start putting ad money behind you.
Ah, okay. So it's like a quality check almost. Makes sense. But you mentioned the shorts views as an alternative. Is that a faster track now?
Oh, absolutely. The guide really highlights this. It's a big strategic shift. Shorts, YouTube's answer to TikTok and Reels, they're increasingly becoming this accelerated path, a faster way for creators to actually hit those partner program thresholds. It's YouTube basically signaling, hey, we really want this short, engaging stuff, and they're making it a quicker route to monetization compared to, say, traditional long-form videos.
Wow. Okay. That's a really important tip for anyone starting out right now. So AdSense is one way. What else does the guide cover for YouTube?
Right. Next up, sponsorships and brand deals. This is kind of the next level for many. It's where companies pay you directly, to feature or talk about their products in your videos. And the key insight here from the guide is that this isn't just for the huge channels with millions of subs. Not anymore. Brands are getting smarter. They're looking for niche audiences, really engaged communities. So a creator with maybe 10,000 really dedicated fans in a specific hobby, they can sometimes land better, more relevant deals than someone with 100,000 viewers who aren't as engaged. It really boils down to fit and trust.
That makes total sense. Authenticity over just raw numbers. Okay. But what about starting even earlier, like before you even qualify for AdSense or maybe land those big brand deals?
That is where affiliate marketing really comes into play. And the guide emphasizes this strongly. Basically, you share links to products in your video descriptions or mention them in the video. If someone clicks your link and buys something, boom, you get a commission. The beautiful part, no minimum subscribers, no watch time needed, none of that. You can literally start monetizing from day one just by recommending things you genuinely use and like. It's a super powerful first step.
That feels really empowering, especially for new creators who might feel like earning is ages away. But okay, here's a question. How do you actually do affiliate marketing well, without sounding like you're just trying to sell stuff all the time? Because that can really turn people off, right? Especially when you're just starting to build trust.
That's a great question, and it's crucial. The guide stresses 2 things. Transparency and relevance. Always be upfront that it's an affiliate link. Disclose it clearly. And only promote stuff you actually use, trust, and think your audience will genuinely find valuable. Frame it as helping them. Hey, this gadget solved this problem for me. Maybe it can for you too. Here's a link if you're interested.
Yeah.
When it comes from that place of genuine recommendation, it feels authentic, not just salesy.
Right. Value first. That's solid advice. Okay, what about creators who maybe make their own stuff?
Good point. That leads to selling digital products. Think things like ebooks you've written, online courses you've created, maybe templates for video editing or graphic design, even your own music. Your YouTube channel becomes this amazing marketing engine for your own creations. And finally, the guide mentions channel memberships and Super Chat. This is all about direct support from your biggest fans. Memberships are like a monthly subscription for exclusive perks, badges, emojis, maybe behind-the-scenes content. And Super Chat is for live streams. Fans can pay to have their comments highlighted, basically paying for your attention during the live event. It's a fantastic way to build that core community and let them directly support what you do.
Okay, wow. So it's definitely not just about ads. It's a whole ecosystem, really.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, I want to do this, but what kind of videos should I even make? The guide gives some great ideas. Maybe instead of just listing them, can we group them into like main categories of successful content?
Yeah, definitely. The source gives a good overview, and we can sort of group them into, let's say, 3 main buckets. First, you've got the problem solvers. Think tutorials and how-to videos. Tech help, software guides, DIY projects, cooking demos. People are always searching for how to do stuff. This stuff is evergreen. It never gets old. Then there's the knowledge shares. This is your educational content. Things like language learning, study tips, deep dives into history, science explainers. The key here is making complex stuff engaging and, easy to understand.
Okay, so helping people learn or do something specific. Got it. What's the third big area?
The third one I'd call the community builders. This is where personality really comes through. It includes things like vlogs and lifestyle content, sharing your daily life, travel, food experiences. It builds that personal connection. And also under this umbrella is entertainment. Funny skits, storytelling, reaction videos, gaming walkthroughs. These thrive on creating shared experiences, making people feel part of something. But really, the common thread across all of them, providing value, whether it's utility, knowledge, or just connection and fun.
Makes sense. And you can't really make any of this great content without the right tools, right? Our guide points out some specific technologies that can seriously level up your game and, crucially, make the process smoother. Consistency is key, after all.
Oh, absolutely. Tools are essential. For the actual video creation, the guide mentions reliable editing software. Things like CapCut, which is super popular right now, especially for mobile, Adobe Premiere Pro for the pros, or Filmora, which is quite user-friendly. Polishing your video is non-negotiable. And then, for that critical first impression, thumbnail tools. Canva is fantastic and accessible, or Photoshop if you want more power. The guide really stresses this. A good thumbnail isn't just decoration, it's your video's billboard. It's often the single biggest factor in getting someone to click. It directly impacts your click-through rate. Huge.
That's such a powerful point. Thumbnails are everything sometimes. But what about speeding things up, making the whole creation process faster? The guide mentions AI tools, and honestly, that's where things get really interesting for efficiency.
Yeah, this part is pretty exciting. AI tools are genuinely changing the game for creators. We're talking about things like ChatGPT for script writing. It can help brainstorm ideas, structure your video, even write draft scripts. That saves hours of planning time. Then you've got tools like Pictory or InVideo. These use AI to actually help create videos, maybe from scripts or existing footage, and Lumen 5 can even turn blog posts or text into videos. Think of them like digital assistants. They handle some of the heavy lifting, freeing you up to focus more on the creative spark, the core idea.
That's amazing. It sounds like you could dramatically increase your output without burning out. Okay, so you've made the video, you've used AI, it looks great. How do you get people to actually see it in the sea of content?
Right, visibility. That's where SEO tools come in. SEO is search engine optimization. Think of it as making your content discoverable. The guide highlights tools like TubeBuddy and vidIQ. These aren't just nice to have, they're pretty essential now. They help you figure out what people are actually searching for on YouTube. What keywords to use in your titles, descriptions, tags. Using these tools properly can seriously boost your video's ranking in search results and suggestions. It's how you go from just posting content to actually connecting with an audience looking for what you offer.
So absolutely indispensable if you're serious about growth.
No.
Okay, let's switch gears now. Let's talk Facebook. Lots of people see it mainly for friends and family updates, but it's a massive platform for creators too. And the guide suggests it has its own distinct ways to earn money, which are becoming more and more attractive. What are the main monetization routes on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook has its own ecosystem, definitely. First, there's Facebook in-stream ads, similar idea to YouTube ads run inside your longer videos. But the guide notes the requirements are different. You typically need like 10,000 followers and a hefty 600,000 minutes of watch time in the last 60 days. So the bar might feel a bit different there, focusing heavily on recent watch time.
Okay, 600,000 minutes is quite a lot. But Facebook also has its own short-form video focus, doesn't it?
It does indeed. And this is a really interesting one, the Facebook Reels bonus program. Facebook is literally paying creators directly for making popular Reels. The guide implies this is a major push from Facebook to encourage that short, super engaging, potentially viral content. Much like YouTube with Shorts, they're putting money behind Reels to fuel growth.
Getting paid directly by the platform just for making popular content, that sounds pretty good.
Definitely appealing. Then, similar to YouTube, you have brand collaborations. Companies paying you to promote stuff, but maybe more integrated into your Facebook page posts or within Facebook groups you run. And again, the guide suggests that niche engagement is key. Brands on Facebook are also looking for those authentic connections within specific communities, not just huge follower numbers.
Right. That theme of authentic engagement seems universal for brand deals. Makes sense.
Exactly. And no surprise here, affiliate marketing is also big on Facebook. Sharing those affiliate links in your posts, in your video descriptions, even in comments sometimes. Same principle. Recommend good stuff, disclose, earn commissions. Very versatile. And finally, a really powerful one for many, especially small businesses or creators with merchandise, is selling products via Facebook Shop. You can set up a literal shop front right on your Facebook page, selling physical goods or digital products directly to your audience. Turns your page into an e-commerce hub.
Okay, so a really solid set of options there too. And just like for YouTube, what kind of content does the guide say really pops on Facebook? What tends to work well?
Facebook content often leans into shareability and quick engagement, things that make people react fast. The guide highlights stuff like funny short videos and memes. We all know how those spread like wildfire, right? They're built for quick laughs, relatability, and hitting that share button. They're basically engines for viral reach on the platform.
Totally. You see one funny reel, you instantly send it to like 5 friends.
Exactly. That's the goal. Also doing really well are things like motivational stories and tips, quick hits of inspiration, and visually engaging stuff like DIY crafts or hacks and cooking recipes, especially in that short reel format. Show something cool or useful quickly and visually. It's all about grabbing attention fast and encouraging shares and comments. Immediate value.
Gotcha. Quick, shareable, visually appealing. And for powering all this Facebook activity, what tech does the guide recommend? Any specific tools?
Yes, a few key ones. For editing those all-important reels, it mentions CapCut again and also VN Video Editor. Both are great mobile-friendly options for making dynamic short videos. But maybe the biggest helper for Facebook consistency is the Meta Business Suite. This lets you schedule your posts and reels in advance. You can plan out your content calendar, upload everything, and have it published automatically. This is a massive time saver and helps maintain that crucial, consistent presence.
Oh yeah, scheduling is a lifesaver. You can batch create everything and then just let it run. Huge.
Absolutely huge. And, surprise, surprise, AI content help comes up again. Using ChatGPT for writing catchy captions, brainstorming post ideas, responding to common questions. And for visuals, maybe using AI image generators like Midjourney or the AI features within Canva to create unique graphics or post images. Put these tools together, scheduling and AI assistance, and you can manage a really active, engaging Facebook presence without it taking over your entire life.
Okay, this is brilliant. We've covered the what and the how for both platforms. Now let's get to the really juicy part. For anyone listening who's thinking, right, I'm ready. How do I start earning sooner? The guide gives 6 specific critical steps to basically fast track your monetization journey, whichever platform you choose. What's the core playbook here?
Yeah, this section is pure gold, really actionable stuff. First, and maybe the most foundational piece of advice, pick a niche. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Focus. Go deep on one specific area. Could be vegan cooking, could be specific software tutorials, maybe mindfulness for busy parents, whatever it is. Focusing helps you attract a really dedicated audience, build authority fast, and makes your content much more relevant to a specific group.
Okay, so laser focus. Deep, not wide, especially at the start. What's step 2?
Step 2 is the tough one for many, but the guide really hammers it home. Post consistently. The recommendation is pretty intense. Aim for at least 3 to 4 YouTube videos a week, or maybe 1 Facebook reel every single day. Now that sounds like a lot, I know.
Yeah, that's a serious commitment. Does the guide talk about how to actually sustain that without, burning out or letting the quality drop? Because just churning stuff out isn't the answer either.
That's a really important point. And while the guide doesn't explicitly detail burnout prevention, It kind of implicitly addresses it through the tools we just talked about. Leveraging those AI tools for scripting, maybe even some video editing assist, using scheduling tools, batching your content creation. These are the ways you can maintain that kind of output. It's about building systems and working smarter, leveraging technology, not just grinding harder 24/7.
Okay, that makes sense. Use the tools to enable the consistency. Smart. So you've picked your niche, you're posting consistently. How do you get found?
That takes us to step 3. Optimize with SEO. Use those keywords. Actively research what people in your niche are searching for and weave those keywords into your video titles, descriptions, hashtags, even spoken words in the video sometimes. Be discoverable. And step 4 is closely related. Leverage shorts or reels. The guide is clear. These short-form formats are designed for rapid growth right now. Platforms are pushing them hard. Use them to get discovered quickly, attract new subscribers or followers, and potentially funnel them to your longer content or main page. They're growth engines.
Right. Use the short stuff to fuel the overall growth. Makes sense. And once people find you, how do you keep them?
Step 5. Engage your audience. Super important. Don't just broadcast, interact. Reply to comments, ask questions in your videos or posts, run polls, go live. Build that community, make people feel seen and heard. That builds loyalty. And honestly, the algorithms love that engagement too. And finally, step 6, circling back to something powerful we mentioned earlier, monetize early with affiliate links. The guide reiterates, you do not have to wait for AdSense or brand deals. You can start putting relevant affiliate links in from your very first piece of content. Start earning those small commissions early. It validates your effort and provides income while you grow towards those bigger monetization goals. It's immediate.
Wow. Okay. Niche down, be consistent, optimize for discovery, use short form, engage deeply, and start with affiliate links. That's a solid plan. So, wrapping this all up, what's the big takeaway for you, our listener? Our deep dive into this guide, monetizing YouTube and Facebook, it really confirms they are like digital gold mines, as the source says. But it's not just about luck or hitting publish. It's about being consistent, definitely. Being creative, yes.
Right.
But also being smart with the technology available. And maybe most importantly, it's about building that genuine connection, providing real value to your audience.
Exactly. That's perfectly put. The guide leaves us with this really powerful quote, and it kind of distills everything we've talked about. It says, content is your product, audience is your customer. Serve them well, and money will follow. It just perfectly underlines that core idea. Success, the monetization, it flows from the value you provide. It's not really about gaming the system for clicks. It's about genuine service and connection with the people who give you their time and attention.
Serve them well, and money will follow. I like that. It puts the focus right where it should be. And that brings us perfectly to our final thought for you to chew on after this deep dive. Considering all these strategies, all these tools we've explored, the AI help, the SEO tactics, the early monetization options like affiliate links, what's maybe one small concrete step you could actually take this week? Just one thing. To start serving your potential audience better. To move just a little bit closer to monetizing your unique digital voice. What niche is kind of whispering your name, and how could you provide some value there starting today? Lots to think about. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and definitely keep creating.